Hey, what's going on, YouTube world? This is hashtag JustADad / KRider. So I'm continuing on with the Mazda Speed 6, repairing little things here and there, trying to get it back to order. I'd like to, actually this is going to be my my project vehicle. This is my baby when I bought it back in 2007, and I'm continuing to do some work on it. Last video I did, we had replaced the valve cover gasket and the plugs, and the car was running rough, so we took it to a mechanic. The mechanic looked at it, put it on the computer, and decided that there was a misfire with the number 3 plug. When he investigated a little bit more, he found out that the plug had not seated all the way because of all the carbon buildup, so he pulled it out, reinstalled it, and it was running fine. It got rid of the low idling and the misfiring as you were driving down the road. And for one day it ran like a top, and then all of a sudden we had another issue. My wife called me up when she was driving it, and the brakes went completely out on it. Luckily I was able to drive it home. She was only about 1.5 miles from here, and so I got it home and I started looking into it, and this is what I found. So it is already up on jacks, and that's a whole nother story. But I took the wheel off, and all that stuff you see there on the ground came from inside the wheel. It was inside the rim itself. There was a lot of debris in there. Well, here is my brake line, right here, which explains, let me see if I can focus in a little bit better, that explains why she had no brakes. But also, I don't think this is part of the vehicle. None of this. All this paper. So I'm guessing that at some point that was ran over and it ripped out the brake line. Luckily, well, I say luckily, I've never done this before, so hopefully, rather, this will be an easy fix. I did order stainless steel braided brake lines, and I'm hoping to get that fixed. I'm hoping they'll get in here quickly within the next 3 days or so, because I've got to get the emissions done on this car. So we'll see as this goes. Okay, so I've managed to pull some of the, what we believe is some type of a bag, but it's not your typical plastic bag. It looks like it's hard to describe. See if I can get a piece of it here. This stuff is really strong. So it's kind of plasticky, but it's also paper-like. But it's extremely strong. So I'll keep working on it. Hopefully it didn't damage too much under here. Hopefully it's just a brake line that I need to repair. Well, using a Leatherman tool, this one here, these scissors, which I got from Harbor Freight, and for the record, these things are legit. That is the bomb. These things will cut through just about anything. And also a knife. I was able to finally clean all that up, get all that plastic out, but as you can see, my boot is ruined. So now I got to figure out about replacing the boot while I'm doing the brake lines. And here is the mound of crap that I had, and just for reference sake, this is my hand, but it's a pretty sizable bag. My wife said that she was driving down the road and she saw a couple bags and she swerved to miss them, but she's not sure if she hit one. Well, I guess maybe she did. So the project continues. The Chronicles of the Mazda 6. Correction, Mazda Speed 6. Okay, so when I first started this little project of taking the unknown article from the wheel well and checking the brake line, it didn't start off smooth. I've got a Sears 2¼ ton little jack that I've had for, oh, I don't know, the better half of 15 years, I'm guessing, that I started to use on the Mazda. I jacked it up and took the front wheel off, and within, I'd say maybe 5 minutes, I noticed that the jack was leaking oil. So here is the little jack right here, and my plans are to fix that one. I understand that there's little gasket seals that you can buy on Amazon for about anywhere between $40 and $60. So I plan on fixing it. But in the meantime, I need to get this car up and running because my birthday's coming up. I need to clear the code on it. Well, the check engine light was on, so now I need to put some miles on it so we can get it cleared up so that it can pass emissions, because we live in one of those shitty counties that does that here in Georgia. In any event, that led me to purchasing this fella here, and it is a Husky 3-ton jack. Low profile, so it gets in deep, and I'm grateful that I did, because the center point at the front of the Mazda to jack it up is kind of pretty deep in there. So this one reaches that point. I'm not so sure that this one would have. And it also led me to purchase these 3-ton stands. I bought those at Harbor Freight, and they've turned out to be pretty decent. They have a security mechanism on them, so as long as the welds hold up, I think they'll be fine. So far, I'm pleased with it. But I did take the tire. I just got finished washing it, and now I'm at a dead still because I need to get another part. When I took the bag out, or whatever the item was, it's like, the best as I can describe is kind of like one of those rice bags that's kind of plastic slash paper. It was very tough to get out, but I noticed this also. Hopefully you can see it, but let's see if I can point to it. The boot right here is completely destroyed, so I'm gonna have to replace that boot now, and that's something else I wasn't anticipating. So we'll continue to work on it, and again, the Chronicles of my little Mazda Speed 6 continue, or as we have dubbed it, Big Red Buddy. So until next time, or until the next update, I'll see you around. One last thing, YouTube world, to the individual that is responsible for this bag that was flying around the highway or the roadways and caused it to get caught in my wheel well and caused this much havoc on my Speed 6. I wish that the fleas of 1,000 camels infests your belly button. And may a sex-craved rhino take a liking to the hood of your vehicle someday. To the rest of you, have a pleasant night.